anyone that watched the game, Mac Hollins, he tore it up. Our guy. He had some huge plays, big catches in key moments. So I was particularly excited to see that. Gained 300 and lost 300. I would say you are better, man. Yeah. A 1200 or a 1200 with 600 more games experience. I'm taking the guy with more experience. You're setting yourself up for success, assassin. I'm curious, Bobby. If it is, I personally don't think it has anything to do with the sport itself. Like, you think it's really going to be the least watched when Taylor Swift is there? Like, objectively, it's probably going to be one of the most watched. What you lose in real football fans, you're going to gain, right? You're going to more than gain in just, females around the world, younger fans, Taylor fans. Good morning from Arizona. Hello, hello. Yeah, but an earlier stream today. I try to time my earlier streams with the tournament. Right? We got the Tata Steel tournament, but they have a rest day every so often, and now is every so often. Anatoly 1901. Well, I don't know if you can see the top of the screen there, Anatoly. You're saying that you've been playing along with the habits, it's been pretty good. Well, we have a sub goal, top middle of the screen, to bring back the same series that you are currently enjoying for a reloaded 2.0 second attempt. And that's the goal. 1,000 subs. So appreciate that. It would be exciting for me to sort of do it all over again in February. Yep, pretty much Obsidian. They're also just becoming the team that shows up in the finals every year. So I think it's getting a little bit boring, and everyone's just hunting for reasons why that keeps happening. Hey, Hamster. Digilals, Theo, Sleazy. Hey, Chestnut. You're at 2,400. This is Blitz? Question mark? Yeah, it's interesting, Anatoly. I didn't see a pop up for it, but it'll probably come in time. Regardless, I see your sub badge on you, so whenever you subbed, I appreciate you. Thank you for the prime, brother. I have not been following the only reason I'm following the Tata Steel tournament is to know when there's a rest day, so maybe I stream in that morning. 2,400 bullet, is that the main thing you grind? Must be. 2,400 bullet is no laughing matter. Hey, Brian, you still grinding some puzzles, buddy? Inspired after the recent, I would guess, guess we could say puzzle energy. So the queen is tied to the rook, and the problem is black's about to do that, and you can't play knight takes there. So you're in big trouble here. I would consider playing rook here. F3 looks lethal. But I guess he's going to try to take and do something. Bobby Block, good to see you, man. I mean, I just got up. Yeah, this looks problematic. This is exciting. We're going to see King A5 here. Surely Queen A8 is the move. I'm doing well. 2013. Queen F8 and Knight D7 is checkmate, right? So the king would have had to go to C6. We're getting the same thing here, though. Very active king. Kind of a funny game. I mean, it's weird. It looks smart when you're doing it, but it's so easy to underestimate. Hey, Lolscat. Good morning. I got my coffee here, so cheers to all the morning bras, the commuters, the work from homers, the Tata Steel rest dayers. We're closing out the month of January with hopefully some habit subs as we approach the building habits month of February. We have a speed run we'll be continuing later today. Always with milk, Beanie, but to be honest, I'm not picky in the sense some people cannot have their coffee unless it's done a certain way. Like they cannot. It's a no-go. I wouldn't say that's the case for me. I can have a coffee anyway. But if I'm making it, I'll have it with milk, no sugar. But if there's sugar in it, like I'll have it. If there's no milk in it, I'll have it. But I definitely prefer milk. But some people are, they got their routine. I wouldn't say I'm quite like that. Morning Bamdeezy. What did you think of of yesterday's NFL games? We were just talking about them for a sec there. The EUers, that's right. Good afternoon to Bequadro. Milk steamed. Yep, I do like a frothed milk. Oh, Jesse James. I mean, we all wish there's not a damn Chiefs fan in here. Yep, starting to get noticeable, Bam. I agree. Hello, Ivan. Just waking up here, boys. Wanted to take advantage of the few days we have where there's no game in the morning from the tournament. I'm also pretty sure we just released a YouTube video. So there you go, ! New vid. We are getting back on the YouTube grind. It's on my timeline a little bit, tennis stuff. I wouldn't say I don't really watch the games, but I know what's going on in the tennis world. It's definitely a sport that has made it onto my timeline. Don't know about taking that, but I suppose we should do it now. When the queen went back, I should have taken that moment to castle. Oops. He let the attack work there. Don't know about knight d6. Could be something. Guess we'll go here. Watching Chessbra in the morning, is that going to be okay? Is this too unusual for you? It's the bad chess is the same. That doesn't change. Hmm. Think we need to stop that knight from getting in. Hmm. At some point, we realized we were going to get flagged. A little, still asleep. I mean, no good chess ever gets played in the morning. We just have to outlast it. Hello, Mr. Pranav. Scumgy, thanks for the Prime sub. I guess, yeah, I guess we should take that. I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say he has Bishop E6. Mm. This allows knight f4, which I don't think I'm that interested in. Oh, he went king h7 into that. Okay. Interesting. How are you, Mr. Pranav? Nice to get a check-in. We are considering bringing back our Building Habits series next month. That's the current plan. That's the latest and greatest from Chessbra HQ. Here, yeah, this makes sense actually. feel like we can win this pawn. It's just hung everything there. Queen takes. Hello, Phantasmo. You can't be referring to me. The name alone doesn't carry that much. Yeah, d4 is definitely gonna hurt here. Ooh, rook takes can be played. Also, pawn takes was just not a good move. I don't know what move to do. I assume I mated, but dude. It's a pretty crazy comeback. Well, yeah, I can't predict the bad moves he's gonna do. Because at the end he's basically getting mated, but he can make some. He can just make some throwaway moves to stay alive. Grab this one. Mm, We've played this before. I guess we are taking and going here. Yeah, I was gonna say almost all the queen trades look wrong. Threatening a couple things, but I'm not sure how he's gonna deal with all of them. E5 we take. It's actually a reasonable move. Jeez. Unfortunate. We're a little bit sleepy right now. This guy feels like he's not very good, but he's very fast. He's using the clock very effectively. Like every game, we are abnormally low on time. This knight should probably be elsewhere. It feels very shaky, my position here. Openings for black. Thanks for the raid, Joey Donuts. I like that username. I mean, have you checked our YouTube channel? There's so many different speedruns with the black pieces. That's probably the best place to start. Yeah, Eric has a Caro-Kann one. F5 I strongly dislike. Maybe we can try this. we can take this next, and we should have the two connected pawns here as I hand them right back. Yeah, Eric has a Caro-Kann speedrun on our channel. Um, if you're interested in the Caro-Kann, that obviously makes the most sense. I guess we have to go here. I don't know. Knight f5 kind of hurts, but ooh, okay. H5 is very surprising. So is that one. This was probably not the best. Rook takes is so insane. Rook takes is like, you gotta get used to the kind of moves that this guy pulls. But I'm a guy that will, not in a good way, outplay forever. So this definitely feels like the kind of guy that can beat pretty badly in the long run. But we're getting fleeced for some elo right now. And it hurts. Mm-hmm. Okay, we currently do not have a plan. Not good. Have to go here. Definitely could be worse. I don't think losing that pawn is our biggest concern. Oof, can we put a few games together against this guy? Has not happened yet. Probably we're not supposed to do this, but feeling greedy. D5 is very, 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 very soft. Probably have to play this. Okay, that actually does work. And this must be winning. Good morning, Mr. Tim. Trying to recover some points here. They have been taken from me to start our day. Taking does look very tempting. I gotta watch out for that at some point. Maybe knight g5 will get played. Let's cover c5 perhaps. Gotta lock that bishop out. Guess I'm hanging stuff here. Yeah, and now c6. This is particularly satisfying, even though that was actually checkmate. Wow, he does not take that. Oh, it's because probably we lose our queen here. Nearly. c6 would have stopped that as well. I'm pretty much getting mated here, by the way. I've had, zero regard for that side of the board. It's like mate has been threatened and happening and forced, and I'm just like, meh. That's unfortunate. We could have we could have made something happen. Um, if we have the time. But Blundering 98 is kind of the nail in the coffin. Thanks for the 50 months. Happy as a hippo. Not sure that I like b4. But okay, if he's letting me get knight c5, then I definitely like it. Here, knight. Let's go this way. Maybe we should be taking there. Oh, okay. He wanted rook c4 for sure, but I'm not really not really gonna feel bad considering we were winning. I might feel an ounce of sympathy if we were getting rolled the whole game, but that was not the case. Not playing knight d3, a little bit disappointing. I think he's almost down more than a rook there. That's at that point is too much. Yeah, don't even know that I really mind that. Yeah, this is honestly, I want to say a little bit lucky. Hmm. The knights are so goddamn tricky. Impossible to deal with knights with 4 seconds left. I mean, it'd be a different story if I had equal material, because I would be pissed off about dealing with knights anyway. But to be down a piece and have it be a knight is just even worse. Hmm. We have to get the knight out this way. I guess we'll play on. Do we go here? Or here? Oof. A blunder turns into a, let's say, winning move. These games are always so funny. Like, I just, who's not bored here? So this knight needs to make it to d3, I suppose. Yeah. I have to take it. This is okay, though. Bit fortunate that we have this. He played Queen E1. I could have played King G2. Although, let's be real, the person favored to win that endgame is always the one with the queen. So, uh, yeah, really, if you're giving the checks with the queen and you have equal time, that's definitely your game to win. I feel like C4, we go bishop A6. Bishop D6, we have this. I wonder about this. For the first time, we played faster than him. Once thought impossible. Ooh, allowing F5. Don't know if I co-sign that. Probably should have put the knight just back to deep one, I guess. Weird game. Oh, he's switching it up here. D4 is hanging now, so I think he has to take this. Ooh, this should be quite good. I think we just shuffle the bishop if needed. I mean, it's Zugzwang anyway, but if it wasn't Zugzwang, we would be able to put him in Zugzwang. F5. Aggro. It's actually kind of hard to defend. Yeah, it makes sense. Bishop a6 was definitely not clear, in my opinion. This is also not 100% clear. We're hitting this, so we're going to be able to take e4 and then going to be able to take e2, and that should be a win. H5, H4 feels correct for sure. Forgot that there was a rook hanging. And is there mate here? Feels like there should be something, but I don't see it. I don't see it. We have this move coming. I think bishop takes f4 is a threat. Jeez. We're starting to pick up the pace. We like the b5 square. Definitely enjoy something on b5. It's a weird move. We can take that, but I think we just take back here. Okay, knight takes is coming. I think we just go here. Can't really do anything about that. So I guess we just have to let it happen. Painful. Draw would be a great result for us here. Yeah, he's gonna find he's gonna find it eventually. That was quite the escape. That is scary. We have knight d3, so the queen has to go right back, I think. Just double, put the knight on e4, and we should survive. And with queen c3, we should be okay here. Get a queen trade in. That'll always win the game. The classic. Up, material, trade queens. Pretty sure we're threatening that, which explains that move. Takes bishop d4. I assume there's problems here. I don't like that move by me, but I guess the brute force approach works. Just push the pawn. Now we have this square for the knight, which I think is a great one. Interesting, interesting. Really calculated that one out. Interesting. I do not like that move. Takes. We have queen takes a2. It's probably going to try this, but it doesn't work. This knight has to go here. Okay. We get the adoption. We recover the points. He leaves. He's got to go to the gym on a sour note. Just the morning. Slow start. Itachi, thanks for the 30 months. No double adoption. Yep. Him leaving at 11-0 is the only reason it wasn't a double adoption. It was, guaranteed at that point. Happy as a hippo. Thank you for the 50. Delio MD4, thanks for the 9 with Prime. B Matt. Cheers for the 4. Thank you, Matt. What a way to start the week. yeah, there's not a lot more than getting the old adoption papers settled Monday morning. That's right, casino. Yeah, I think we posted about that, but confirming. Absolutely. Mr. Monopoly is well within his rights to answer that question. Anyone who has questions can refer to Mr. Monopoly. By the way, if this game continued, I think I might have played this. My dumb ass would have played it. I think this was going to be my next move. So it's a good thing that things wrapped up when they did. No, I think I had it hovered. That's how bad. I think I had it hovered. Is there, what is it, Monday? I was like wondering, is there some event happening, or is Buddy Fabi just, he's just getting loose here? Imagine sitting there with like the bishop staring you in the face. Looks horrible. I think Fabi's gonna piece out of this position. Yeah, Fabi using the rest day for something other than rest. You love to see it. Hello, G Madrid. What is the new speed run? Good question. G Madrid, I'm not sure if you were here for the discussion because you're asking. I'm assuming not. But with only so little time to make habits happen, we decided to strike a deal. And I did it for the benefit of habits. We agreed to a ceasefire with Java Bandit. So as long as we still have a little bit of late January habit support, there should be no reason we can't cross the finish line on our Habits Reloaded series. But in order to do so, I had to put up some collateral there for the CZ speedrun. Correct, you are. So that's the deal we struck. We owe the Zukertort speedrun regardless. But hopefully making our Habits series happen is a little bit more attainable now. '96 for the boys. Fabi is going to move the queen and chill. So we have quite the ironed out schedule, on a macro level. Ooh, this would be me right here, boys. You already know. You already know. Give me the goddamn queen trade. So we have we have a speed run right now, by the way, which we will be continuing today. So we're working on that. Then the following month, Weather permitting, we have the Habits. Then we have the Zukertort speedrun. And to be honest, after that, we are in our 10-year anniversary celebration mode. So the current one, Casino, it's the Philidor. That is the answer. But we don't have a special name for it. Correct, Nick. Coming up, middle of April. 10-year anniversary. What is this opening? I'm not sure, but it looks like a small amount of preparation. I don't know if Fabi's position is actually good or not. He's developing in a very unusual way. G5, Bishop G7 here. You've been playing Philidor setup, Casino. You've definitely been playing the Philidor with black, but with white, you've just more been, playing the Philidor setup. Kind of like if you played a King's Indian with white, it wouldn't be called a King's Indian, but, be doing a King's Indian setup. I feel like I would have done A6 as well. Probably not good for Fabi. Good morning, Mannered Monkey. We're approaching UNC status. Not there yet, but approaching. Will you be gunning for some new Texas titles, Kurtz? The Texas Chess Association will be awarding 3 titles. The Texas Supermaster, Texas Master, and Texas Candidate Master. You can be a Texas Supermaster. So if anyone lives in the US, I just want to let you guys know there's a big news announcement. The Texas Chess Association has a humongous announcement here. It's pleased to announce it's creating a system of state-level titles for chess players who distinguish themselves in state championships and other qualifying events. Texas Supermaster, Texas Master, and Texas Candidate Master. TSM. Texas Supermaster. Members will earn points by scoring 85% of the available points in the section, e.g. 4 out of 5, whatever, top 5%, whatever. Title holders will be recognized on the website, the one and only TCA website, and receive certificates of achievement. And this is the greatest part. Qualifying points can be counted retroactively. So many players are likely eligible to apply for a title today. You might already be a Texas Supermaster. You just don't know it. You could be one. You could become one today, right now. Are you an organizer and want to make your events more enticing by awarding Texas Supermaster qualifying points? Some great stuff here. Great stuff. Lewis says, sorry, but this is not a good idea. Additionally, I do not see these titles in the TCA bylaws. I'm with you, brother Lewis. I'm with you. Do you think chess.com is going to recognize TSMs? Is FIDE going to recognize TSMs? I mean, this is very funny. Texas Supermaster. I just want to see it. I want to see Texas Supermaster. At this point, you could all be Supermasters. Right? You just have to be just speak to your local club. You can just award them tomorrow. Like, you can invent them right away. Champ. Tennessee Supermaster would be too easily confused. So unfortunately for you, Champ, there will be no Tennessee titles because Texas made the first move. And, well, yeah, they took it out from under you. Unfortunately, TSM is no longer up for grabs. Oh my goodness, I just realized. That's a great point. All of a sudden, we're going to have Texas Supermaster. It could graduate into Texas Grandmaster. And imagine we get a Texas International Master. It could literally be Tim. The possibilities are endless. Tim could become a Tim. Yep, this is breaking, guys. So I hope that well, I imagine a lot of you are already considering a relocation to Texas in order to be eligible for the Texas Supermaster title. But Texas Supermaster is really, can you imagine a conversation? Like, I've been making fun of people that have the FM title because how do you bring that up in conversation? You guys have probably seen the clip. FIDE Master, like, it's just such an explanation. But Texas Supermaster, it sounds like something that you sat down on your couch and invented. Oh, like, what? How strong are you in chess? Like, what's your level? Well, Texas Supermaster, but, you didn't hear from me. Texas Supermaster. Sounds like something you put a cape on and just say. Sounds cooler than FM. I don't know. It's up for debate. Supermaster. I don't know about that. So anyway, exciting times for Texas. Just wanted to make sure everyone in the US was made aware, and especially everyone in Texas. Because as it says here, you may already be eligible for a title. Sorry, you need to be a Texas Supermaster to click this link. You can't apply to be one if you're not one. So no one can apply for the coveted Texas Supermaster title. You have to already be a Texas Supermaster. Very exclusive club, as we can see here. This is a one-of-a-kind opportunity. The only people that can be Supermasters are Supermasters. Ay. So, there you go, folks. That's the world of chess as we know it. Texas Supermasters. I don't know if that's going to start a trend in the US, if there's going to be more Supermasters, more states following suit. Maybe things are really going to ramp up in the Supermaster world. Ontario Maple Master. It's so dumb that I could see it. I really could. Yeah, the chess.com chat's really popping here. Just like real. I mean, this is a. Honestly, I don't think there's any more degenerate cesspool of a collection of human beings than the chess.com game chat. These guys are the lowest of the low. I don't know. I don't know what is happening in the chess.com game chat ever. I don't know. Bots. I mean, you name it. You name it. Big Fabby pushing. Queen d3 for the boys. Ooh, I like Queen d3. Yep. Big Queen d3 guy. Fabby's mogging here. A CBRA title. Yeah, maybe ChessBra should follow suit. Maybe Texas is paving the way here. Oh my god, Fabby is like, the guy does not have pre-moves on lock. He was pre-moving there with absolutely no need to. He's up against a Bullet Sweaty, so yeah, there's no chance for him there. No chance for him. It's true, MM. The Totem title has been passed around. In some cases, retained. But the Twink of the Month, definitely a prestigious title in the community. What's up, Yon? Atmospherical, thanks for the 41 months. What opening do I usually play? I usually play the London system, brother. Join us. What opening is this? It looked like some sort of Benoni with c5, d5. I guess check Benoni is technically the term when they go e5 like that. And it would be maybe a more normal Benoni if they just went like that. Fabby's position is definitely not technically good. Knight e4 looks concerning. Great chance, Ivan. I don't actually know the thing about it, but one thing that sounds true is that you can only earn the title is if you're a member of that Texas Chess Association or club or whatever. So at the very least, even if they're not charging for the title, they're implicitly charging for it because you have to be a member of the org. So I don't know if it's like a club-based thing, org-based thing, but there's clearly some membership fee existing somewhere. What does that mean, MM? If they host a local tournament, I don't understand. So if they host a local tournament, you have to deal with them individually? Because in Canada, you do have to be a paying member and have a registered account with the Canadian Chess Federation. But I imagine it's the same with the USCF. But would there be tournaments at the Texas level or the club level where they're also trying to charge you? They're like, you got to be a USCF member and a Texas Chess Association member. Yes, a Texas super member. Ah, that makes sense. So it's $10 extra if you're not a member, which means there's clearly a membership fee price. Maybe it's $25, who knows? Maybe it's $35. I don't know. It's just there's okay, yes. Individual membership is $10 a year. I mean, it's obviously if it was more than that, then it, like there would be a problem with the amount no matter what it would be. Okay. I'm sorry, but this is they have a $2 a year fee for blind people, and their note is that there's no blind magazine. Because that's one of their things is that you get this great magazine. It's like, sorry brothers, there's no magazine for the blind. We don't have you looked after there. We see you, you don't see us, but we see you, and we're sorry. So it's $2 a year. $2 a year. Okay. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of like conditional entries. Interesting. BQ. It makes sense. Everyone wants to collect a little bit more of a piece of the pie. The only thing I know that from is Quebec in Canada, but Quebec's always trying to do its own weird shit. So I think there's a Quebec membership and a Canadian membership for chess, but that's because Quebec is very like separatist. So I like for example, I don't think that's the case in any other place in Canada, at least that I've been subject to. But I haven't been playing at sort of like the local club level in a little while, so I'm not sure. No, things may have definitely changed. So I can't say that too confidently. Yeah, it definitely makes some sense, but I wonder what the benefit would be. All I know is Texas Supermaster is a step too far. This is fine. What rating is Texas Chessmaster? Well, that's the that's the problem here. is that in the page announcing it, if you would like to apply for a title application, it tells you that you can't. So I don't think there's any entry right now. Yeah, so I don't, I don't know. Maybe you can email admin@texaschess.org. Bam, DZ. You could be the first Texas Supermaster. There might be a way in for you yet. Johnny, buddy, that's what we were just talking about, dude. You must have just got here. You missed the big hoopla. We're hoping to get Kurtz to Texas Supermaster. Texas Supermaster. This guy's feasting right now. 8.5 to half. Yikes. And the draw was early on, so he's on pace, 7-0. This is insane, by the way. Just today, he hit 3,100. FM 3,100 blitz is madness. Who is this guy? I've played him a decent amount. 3,100 blitz is no joke. There's no way that there's no way that it's the guy that it says it is it? This guy's 54 years old? There's no way. Really? It's almost the most impressive thing on the website. 54-year-old FM, 3,100 blitz? I don't know that there is something more impressive. Really? Wow. I mean, I played him a bunch. I have a pretty good score against him. I'm not sure if we play much blitz or mostly bullet. Yeah, mix of both. But it's so weird because like we played blitz before. This is my blitz score against him. And these are like relatively recent games, right? 2023, 2025. I mean, in general, even a 2850 FM, especially a 54-year-old, is a great pairing. He's 3,100. I mean, he's getting feasted on right now by Tabatabai, but hitting 3,100 is nuts. It's incredibly impressive. Wow. Inactive, of course, for sure, but still, this is 3,100 is not easy to hit at all. Like you just 2,400, so he's definitely a good player. But the age, 54, you could say that he's a little bit closer to IM level, but I don't know if he's active over the board at 54 with only an FM title. He's clearly someone that can play closer to an IM level, but 54, you just don't have the speed at 3,100. I'm so impressed. He's Russian, so that helps. Just naturally gifted. Yeah, he became FM in 2012. I wouldn't say that he's active. Yeah, he's completely inactive, right? Yeah, he hasn't played a single game. Yeah, he's played some Blitz, but he hasn't played. He hasn't played in 2 decades over the board. But you know what I mean, right? Like this is an incredible statistical anomaly. To be 2400, I guess he never made his IM norms. He basically hasn't played since the 1900s. And to maintain a level / improve, I know it's online, but still, you don't get to 3100 online like for nothing. I'm in shock. This is one of the most impressive feats I've seen, and he plays all the time, and I feel like I have a good score against him. Damn. At 54, being 2883, like just like think about that for a sec. Are you guys not like processing what's happening here? What 50 plus year old is maintaining 2800 bullet on chess.com? Like think about that for a sec. And you don't get to 3100 blitz without being an insanely fast player. You have to have like speed at probably 2600 plus. Like you can't really be that level without having a little speed under your belt. No, I don't think this guy plays 3+2. Not at all. He doesn't give old man vibes. Like when he's playing, he's playing with energy. He's playing 3-0. Him and I have played numerous games, all 3-0. Tufel London, thanks for the 65. With Prime, getting very close there. 69 is around the corner. Yeah, I don't think he plays with increment. King G2, very good move. I like it. I guess so, Captain Feathersword. I just didn't realize that was that was the only answer. Like I'm blown away by this. This is a shocking discovery. I played this guy a lot, and I just thought he was like, okay, not like a kid, but just definitely a younger player. I don't know a single person on the website, 2800 bullet, who's over 50. I feel like he's one of one. I could be wrong. Maybe there's someone out there. Certainly no one that comes to mind right away. Even like an active, like even a titled player that plays actively on chess.com over 50. There are, of course, some, but not too many. Yeah, like Buddy Kramnik is not. First of all, he's not yet there, but he's also not. I mean, he's not maintaining, like, I wouldn't expect him to maintain 2,800 bullet 10, 15 years from now. Hello, little Checky. This is what I'm saying, Sphinx. Yeah, I'm out here grinding like tooth and nail to work my way up to 2.9s, and I got a 50-year-old who's like just sailing up to 3,100 blitz. Like, what a beast. That's right, Apekov. That's what I mean. He's not quite there. Don't count it. Do we need to fix it, Guppy? If you know when to do it, isn't that enough? I don't know if you want the secrets all out there. I mean, they are out there, but I don't know if you want them understood properly. She's anonymous gifter? Hang on a sec. Hang on just a second. Who could that be? Anonymous gifting is big. So the question is, do we count the anonymous subs for habits? The age old question. You heard their habit subs? Reliable source? If I was an anonymous account and I came in with 10 subs, would I want my subs counted? This is true, Guppy, although I feel like he would make the distinction he's simply not anti habits. What do the Texas bylaws say? Good morning or good afternoon to you, Bibaman. Yep, we could flip for it. If it's the guy, I think it is Johnny. He's well, I've looked at that account probably 50 times. He's been banned on like 40 alts. Yes, correct him. Just some weird 10-second warrior. flip a coin BO3. Is that the fair and just outcome? Rook A2 is I think, a very strong move. That's very funny, G Madrid. We may have to lean on that piece of legislature if, the going gets tough. Ooh, Rook G1 looks promising for white. Just B2 and D2 here. Oof, what a throw. Roma gets on the board. We do, Sir Empyrean. We do. What was the win? Probably just pushing the pawn. B2 is not really a threat. I can just stop it, and I don't think you can stop that pawn. B3, unfortunately, didn't look like he was starting anything too serious. You could also probably play rook back to G1 first, but I feel like you may as well get the pawn going. So, maybe a good way to test is to add the subs. So we'll add the subs because maybe it's Java Bandit donating Pro Habit subs, but he doesn't want people to know that he's Pro Habits now. He's a little bit ashamed. So why don't we add the subs to the habits, and we'll see if maybe in a show of appreciation, Anonymous comes in with one more gifted sub. Right? Just to validate. That will let us know if we've done the right thing. Surely. Very interesting that Java is here. Yes. Java Bandit lurking in the shadows. Yes. Hello, Java Bandit. Very sneaky. An ever-present Java Bandit. That's right, Algu. We'll await one sub from Anonymous to let us know we've done the right thing. And in case we've misallocated those subs, we could wait for 100 Anonymous subs to let us know we've done the wrong thing. So let's wait and see if we've allocated these subs correctly. What did you walk in on? You walked in on the strongest 50-year-old on the website. That's what you walked in on. And we are spectating a Russian guy who's 54 years old and pretty talented as well. Guppy, thank you for the gifted sub. In lieu of, Anonymous stepping in, we may have to accept this as validation. Those lie detector things I find so silly, Ivan. Like, essentially the lie detector thing, you don't actually need a lie detector. You really just need like a bald guy to sit in the shadows and say, he's telling the truth. I mean, that's effectively what I think of. what I think of these strange lie detector videos. It's just, I don't know. The content, yes. That's just weird stuff, though. Oh, they have been milking Spenny. They have been milking. Every time I see like a new chess.com video, it's someone at Anish hooked up to lie detector. Lie detector stuff. Genius, if you ask me, honestly. Like, truly genius. They are beanie, but that's lost in translation. You have a friend who wanted to work for the Fed, couldn't get a job because a lie detector said he had relationships with foreign nationals. Well, probably true. I mean, this is going to like get everybody, right? Your job application, I mean, everyone is aware of the existence of Somalian salty clown. And so the lie detector has got you all rinsed. How's your relationship with African American foreign nationals? Well, have you adopted a foreign national before? He doesn't live with me, I swear. I feel like there's always a truth out there. You want me to analyze one of your games, Lolly? You played a OTB? Or are you talking about a Blitz game? I'll analyze a OTB. A Blitz game? Jeez, you want me to look at a Blitz game that bad? Must be a nice one. What the heck? I'm usually an OTB analyzer and encourager. Thank you, Legator350. Did you beat a high rated player or something? Is it a London? Yeah. But hey, Smothered Mate, Smothered Mate is exciting. What is this? Let's see here. No subs for a big tier 369. You're 50 plus and untalented. I assume that. You should speak to clarify doubt. I do assume that most people in chat are 50 and untalented. So, in case that's inaccurate, please let me know. So, we have a London system here from the one and only Lolly. Yes. Queen b3. E5. And what do I recommend, Lolly? What does Big Hambo recommend? Mm, not quite. Not quite. Obviously, this was played in the game. It's quite fine. I mean, black gets a brilliancy farming move, bishop f5, but after queen c1, I mean, it is okay. Bishop g3, I mean, not going to be a bad move. You can always make things work, but still bishop f5, and then maybe take, or even just like leaving it there. Bishop d6 could be fine. Not quite. I prefer bishop here. And yes, bishop f5 can still happen, but I think the nice thing about bishop takes is that in order to make your pawns look like this, they have to give away the knight. And I think I would rather play a position where the knight and the bishop are both gone. I think I would. Usually they go f6 here and, you know, they try to play very aggressive like this. And to be honest, I'm pretty bothered by that. I think it's a good way to play. So I like to just give the pawn back and then just develop the knights in a way where you just overload on d4. If you can trade the knight for one of your knights, you're pretty happy in this game. I just mean in case there's something like this. Like, you're very happy to get rid of one knight for your knight. But, yeah, this looks easy to play. Just put a knight on d4 and chill. Got to be a little careful of, like, knight to d3 or maybe some light square stuff. But you do have a bishop to take care of things. Should be all right. But I think bishop takes e5 is important. Yep. Little checky. We may enforce that you put some respect on Big Tim's name. He is a OTB tournament winner. And, you know, you can refer to him as Mr. 3 out of 3. So I'm less of a fan of pawn takes. That's right, Dave. Hello, Big Pete. How are you, brah? Yeah, see, this stuff, Lolly, in my opinion, unnecessary. I've played this in Blitz a lot, and my Blitz games have got significantly better ever since I've started taking with the bishop, because I don't like all this nonsense that happens. It's much less stressful to play this line. It's so much less stressful. Can do that. I usually like to do this weird like double knight maneuver, so I can just play knight d4, bishop b2, castle. Yeah, this is fine. The engine says it's fine, but I do not subscribe to this stuff. I mean, your position is quite good now, so yeah, this is all of a sudden very good again. Two bishops, just crushing, but I've played so many games where it goes completely wrong. So I would definitely play without the dark square bishop in this one. Jeez. 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 I mean, you're just you're toying with the guy. Anytime you can get the knight check in, go wherever you want, and then make another move. Ugh, that's brutal. Pure pain. Go Lolly. Representing Omizi with the Bangladesh flag. Forky chess. You've spammed the same question. I know you're a kid. I sympathize a little bit, but only a little. You want to know when the end of my stream is, because you're trying to improve at streaming, I can't help you. I can't help you. I do not stream with set end time. Even my 9 to 5 streams hardly end at 5. Sometimes I sneak out early or stay late. This is the absolute worst channel to model a streaming schedule off of. If I raid you, but I have it all worked out, Forky Chess. We've thought about this in advance. We only raid ourselves now. If I end the stream, I raid myself and go to kick. The pure genius behind it all. If there was a line, yep, I suppose there'd be a few people ahead. Yep. Mm-hmm. Go horse. You played this game and felt so comfortable. That's good. If you don't mind it, then maybe keep playing it. I get bad positions, and I don't enjoy playing against bishop f5, g5, h5. Engine says it's all right, but I disagree. So I've had much better success with this. So curious if you get a game like this, Lally, then we can discuss again. Well, we got the current one for you there, Peter. Philidor system. Quite good. How do I play the London against Slav setups? Usually with c4, Beanie, I think. Include c4 instead of c3. Because otherwise you're both just playing like a Slav back at each other. And it gets super boring. So I think include c4. But remember, there's a course. I have a full course you guys can get on the London. It includes the line that we're talking about right here with Lally. This is fully covered in detail. It includes the answer to the question that you just asked about how to play against a Slav setup, how to play against the King's Indian setup, Grunfeld setup, Nimzo setup, any setup, Queen's Gambit. So the London course is there for you. ! Course. And in case you're looking for an unpaid option first, there's the YouTube series on the London system, the speedrun, which I think is a very useful starting point. Things have been very updated and very improved since then. Time goes by, and also if I'm creating a very serious course for people to pay for and really model their entire repertoire after, it's going to be a little bit more serious than a speedrun, but it's a nice starting point. The speedrun, it's on YouTube, free to consume, right? It's like 400 ELO up to whatever it was, 2,500 or something. And it's just so many games with the London nonstop. London course is well worth it. Did you snag it, Alate? I'm trying to remember if you were a more recent one that did. Because I think I remember you saying that you got it. I feel like that was kind of more recent. A couple months ago. Nice. Well, thank you. Thank you for the glowing review, sir. Emo hairstyle, the best. Yeah, you might be in a minority there, pal. Do more Slowbro episodes? No, I don't think so, man. Remember, the Slowbro series is done. If you're talking about like episodes on YouTube, I think they get released on the extra channel still a little bit, but yeah, much less frequently. But yeah, the whole series is done. Like all the games are played on the account. Yeah, we have a few things on the table. Peter, did you hear our little our schedule? There's just more the flagging one is kind of like the copycat speed run. It's enjoyable to do, but it doesn't teach as much. So it's definitely a much lower priority type of thing. But you know, it'll be got to eventually. Just definitely not something that needs any kind of rapid attention. I would say the Philodor speed run, bringing habits back, even the Zukertord speed run, all a little bit more important. I enjoy doing those ones, like the copycat speed run. Very, very fun to do, but less actual teachings, I want to say. Copycat was, yeah, objectively a good speed run. Hey, what's up, Mr. Dave? Look, Dave, you know, not trying to put undue pressure, but the the fact of the matter is, when I initially said it, it was until the end of the month. So this is a fact. That was the initial intention. I'm feeling a little bit lazy, so I might just do this, but I definitely do not believe this is the best way to play. Definitely not. So yes, that's how I initially drew it up, Dave. But technically, it won't have even been a month. I think we would have kind of the first week of February to call it a full month. And when would I look to begin it? Probably a little bit, because I think the actual series um, took place in February. This is a little bit awkward, by the way. How does he defend this? F3 loses, so I think we accidentally just played a good move here. That's kind of just chucking things. But we would start the Habits series for sure before the midway mark of the month. And in order to start it, I'd prepare just like a little bit beforehand. So there's no way we could be raising well into. Okay, yeah, we did just win. Well, that was an accidental win of a pawn there. Okay, I'll take it. We couldn't be raising well into February, so. Okay, do we go just here? H5 is kind of fake threat, but we can go back to E7 maybe. I think we'll go here. I guess rook e1 we take, and we've got this goddamn knight endgame. Knight endgames are so stressful. 95 surely here. Okay. Knight 95 like just must be. There's no way this is not the move. Has to be. So note that Dave, any extension would not be well into February. We do have for sure a hard stop. Let's see. I would say max a week from today-ish. Yeah. B3 makes sense. I feel like doing this one. If the knight moves, then I guess we could play rook g4. I feel like bringing the king to the middle here. What are we really trying to do, though? Knight f3, king d3. We're not getting anywhere. So the only question is, does knight f3, knight takes h4 just work? Because I don't think it's a guarantee. There are some other moves, like rook h1 there. Feels like it should definitely work, though. We also have knight g... Oh, okay, yeah, knight g6. That convinces me. Knight g6 is very strong. Yeah, so rook h1, knight g6. There's also g5 to keep me in the game, but I think I'm liking knight g6 the most. Although, as I say that, knight g6, rook h7. I think I thought that this was just winning, but but then he can take on g7, so... I'm sure we'll have a move here. Knight g6. Yeah, in my head I was like winning a pawn, but I kind of forgot that this one was hanging too. Must still be winning. Definitely not the complications that were needed though. Because yeah, g5 is just a little bit. Knight goes to e2 and you don't feel great about that. Yikes. It's not the best. Knight g6. G5, knight e2. Man, it's crazy. Like g5, knight e2, knight g6, rook h7. How can someone play so bad and still not be losing? We played this a little bit hastily, but I definitely missed that rook h7 was hitting g7 at the end. Kind of assumed that the game was just over there. I think we have to trade these knights. Knight on the board doesn't make me feel like I have better chances to win. H6 was the move? I don't think so. We lose our knight. There comes g5. takes h6, and it's just a glorified way of getting the exact same position. Except here I have the option to maybe save my g-pawn. Play h6, g5, then we're taking no matter what. Here, at least, I can choose to take, and same thing. Or I could maybe keep the g-pawn there. But I think keeping the knights on at this point, especially with the time lower, is like not really the thing we're supposed to do. Yeah, g6, rook g7, rook e6. I feel like my king's cut off. If my king can make it up here, I think we're back to winning chances, but I don't know if that's something we can count on. Many mistakes to be made by my opponent potentially in an endgame. I mean, rook endgames are not easy. But felt like we were easily, I mean, we had everything, right? Rook was in the center, we're up a clean pawn. Now, yeah, we're up a pawn in a rook endgame. Definitely a downer. And if the pawns were like this or something, there might be some lines where we get to take them like one after the other. But the way the pawns are organized, taking this, I have to I don't know. It takes a while to capture all these things. Thanks for the 42 months. Otzi. Yeah, he does go there. I think that's probably correct. I'm thinking here, I will play that. So we can go here, but it definitely does not seem correct. King is way too active. So yeah, I think we play this. And at least we have the king cut off this way, which I think I prefer. Like, I feel like if the pieces were this way, I might not enjoy it as much. Always gain space. I mean, I think it's possible that if he had a moment, he would also want to play a4, although I can't tell. Yeah, we're stuck defending this. The nice thing is, you know, if we check and the king goes here, we can go rook c6 and start taking. Basically, I feel I can always trade this pawn for like some other pawn. But in the meantime, I think we should just improve our pieces a little bit. Maybe b4. can like give us some squares, or maybe a4. I don't know. Also, c5, c4 gives us this square. So I could see like king here, c5, c4. At least everything in this position is going to be something we come up with. I think we should just see how he reacts to this, because obviously that's quite good. So I think rook check, rook a8. We could maybe go here. I'm not 100% sure on that. We don't have rook c6 anymore. c5, I feel like the checks are too difficult to deal with. I think I'll try this. Definitely want the imbalance in the position. Okay, yeah. Almost 100% we want this, because now we can sort of trade the G pawn for the A pawn. So I think this should be a nice achievement. King should definitely go to c5. Okay. Because now we can win the A pawn here, so. But allowing my pawn, like, the game would be much different if the pawns were just kind of like this, as they were at the start. But the B pawn got to b4, the A pawn got to a3. The winning chances pretty much went up every single time that a pawn went forward. Rook b8, he didn't want me to play king d4, but he's definitely going to be losing here, and he wants to stop this, but now we just keep these, we just keep these pawns, I think. This check's kind of irrelevant, and we have rook c2. Honestly, rook b3 at this point also works, so yeah. GG. Definitely not happy to have allowed maybe a drawn in game. Yeah, this is a definite mistake. I mean, at this point, we could kind of make any move, but I definitely saw rook h1, and I definitely saw this, and that's all. I just was like, oh, okay, we win this pawn. Didn't realize he's taking here and then also taking there. So really, we kind of like, yeah, we definitely blundered a draw here. But here, I think he needed to gain some space. He never did, so like, yeah, shuffling is not going to be the answer. We're gaining so much space here that Yeah, after b4, this has to be winning. Yeah, because at this point, earlier on, okay, I can't give away this pawn because winning the f4 pawn for the g6 pawn is still a draw. But now if I win this, like I also have an a pawn. Like I have this threat that he has to deal with, and that was never the case at the beginning of this endgame. So the fact that the pawns, like my king improved from c8 to c5, my pawn went from b7 to b5, or b6 to b4, and my pawn went from a7 to a3. So every single one of my pieces just. Fudgy, thanks for the new Prime sub. Thank you and welcome. Hey, Nose. Do I want to check out? Do I ever? OTB supporter over here. I'm wondering what kind. Now I'm wondering like bishop rook against rook. Is it like bishop rook against bishop rook? Opposite bishops, same color. 71 months. Welcome back. Knows all. DM it, brah. Same color. Oh, I know this is going to be a masterclass. I know it's going to be a masterclass now. Oh, Fudgy was here for the English and French videos on YouTube. And those are chess related, I promise. Yeah, just copy the moves. It should be fine. Oh, okay. Ooh, annotated as well. Did you already look at it yourself, Nose? Is it squeaky clean? Hello, Larissa. We have, at the moment, Sundays are Geo Day. That's how we do it. Not that there's absolutely no chance of it throughout the week, but less. Also, there's no duels to play. So I mostly just, play the, like not the ranked, like just play the maps. But Sunday is always our day for that. Guaranteed. New habits. We got Java Bandit to back down in a ceasefire. Pushing up to 700. I would say we have about a week on our habits fundraising at the most. And then we've either got to put up or shut up, because our habits is slated for February. Very exciting. Oh, it was hefty, Elf. When I play ranked, well, we hit champ, the highest rank we can be. Obviously, there's still elo to grind, but it's kind of like hitting GM. There isn't really a title above it, so motivation kind of stops there. Happy with that level. Never like the absolute top, but usually if I start something, I have to hit a certain level that I deem, okay, clearly this person's like impressive though. Like if someone's like, oh, this guy plays chess, he's a chess streamer. Geo's not his game, but he hit champ in Geo. That's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive after 4 months. We'll take it. Teach habits to your students. Thank you, Nose. Of course, it doesn't count, Mattis. Obviously, if you became champion in Geo in 4 months, think that would be impressive? We all know you can do it, brah. Question for older players. Okay, unfortunately, I won't be fielding that one. But if any older players in chat want to chime in, there's a question for you there. Big adult improvers. Let's have a look at this. Squeaky clean. Squeaky clean technique. Against an NM always feels good, especially when you execute a technique part of the game, because I feel like you can always catch it's still impressive, but you can always catch a player in tactics or in theory or something like that. But endgame technique is pretty raw. You know, at that point, you've clearly demonstrated superiority. I don't know, M Unchained. Maybe we need one. Most elo I've gotten from an OTB tournament? I don't know. One tournament? Probably like close to, I don't know, 50 elo, something like that. 40, 50. I don't have this great stuff that all the kids have nowadays, which is the K factor boost. Like kids are gaining like 150 a tournament or something. But I mean, these kind of boosts didn't exist. These are like OP, man. It's like so easy to gain elo if you're talented. Okay, we got open system. I do not know this stuff too well. I can say for sure. I should mention the opponent is 15 years old and an NM. Dope. That's very impressive. Okay, we're getting some. I mean, bishop e7, f3. Yeah, knight takes e4 isn't a thing just yet, but it may become one. Like, you can even see the makings of it. Like, there might be other moves, but for now, I think this covers things, because then this is guarded by the rook. But you can see something like this maybe being a possibility. Yeah, wow, I'm definitely unfamiliar with this stuff. h6, bishop b7. This looks like a very fine position for black, I would say. Like, just aesthetically looks everything proper. From white's perspective, I suppose the idea is just g4, g5. I'm not too familiar, but so what if g4 right away? e5, b4, and then most likely d5. Yep. Yeah, this looks very suspicious. If black's playing d5, then usually a good achievement. So queen d2 played instead of g4, which may have been a little hasty. Knight e2, d5. So, I mean, it makes sense. b4, d5 is kind of a normal plan in any Sicilian. I can only assume white's playing e5 because taking white's always losing. Like, just that's always bad every single time. So, yeah, I feel like e5 is the only move here. It's true, yeah. Black's like basically blitzing at this point. f4, knight there. Are we playing b3 or are we moving the, oh, interesting, moving the queen. So I guess the question is, how do you evaluate b3? Because b3 is a totally dominating move towards the knight. But obviously it looks like a move that sucks because it allows full opening of the A file. But I don't know. I could see this working. Yeah, you assumed it was dead. For me, b3 makes this knight so bad that I'm not sure I have a problem with this. But let's see. I could be dead wrong here. a5, obvious continuation. My thought would be either bishop to b2 and king b1. King b1 is happening no matter what. So either like tuck the bishop back in and then knight d4, or maybe you could play knight d4 immediately, king b1, and like realistically, is anything bad happening to me here? Like, I don't know. This pawn is insanely strong. And now I guess I want to kind of send over here. It just feels like surprisingly safe. Now, I could be wrong because maybe there's some insane knight a4, knight c4. I don't know. But in terms of the position that we're looking at, it feels like relatively safe. Black's going to go knight d7 here. Don't like the look of that. We got to take that. And then the question is, like, are we making meaningful threats? I don't know. I mean, don't have to take. Maybe we could take here. Very double-edged, that's for sure. I don't know. I feel like I'd be scared for both sides. And then the other way to play would be like bishop here. And then, yeah, you could still take this way. Honestly, I was even thinking of taking this way, as crazy as that looks. But yeah, okay, let's be reasonable. Black's only idea is to recycle the knight to e4, I think. Yeah, probably this is nice for black. Yeah, knight e4 and queen a5, rook d8. Yeah, I think I like this one a little bit less. Yeah, not king b2. Yeah, so I don't know. Curious what the engine thinks of this. I feel like the engine is going to like black because of those specific lines, but I think that a human might be a little bit more bothered by g4, g5. So engine is saying black is slightly better, which makes sense. But yeah, indeed, knight d4 is kind of the preferred way. And then here, yeah, this is like slightly better for black, but extremely double-edged after this move. I'm not sure I would have the guts to play it, but in analysis, I would certainly consider it. This knight's just so bad after b3. But queen e1 was played. I also do like knight d4, by the way. But queen e1, bishop d4, king b1, and are we getting hit with like some sort of knight a3 stuff in the future? I don't know. Rook c8, knight back, queen back, guarding c2, of course, makes sense. Well, I guess the only question instead of this is, yeah, g4, and it is the only other consideration. a4, g5. I don't know. What do you guys make of this? This looks very scary, but I mean, it's equally scary for black too. It's who can like defend with the least amount of effort. G5, you think you can take? And then if H6, like sending it. Mm-hmm. G6 makes sense. I'm still wondering what black's threats are. I'm not sure that I see them. Like maybe we just take. I don't know. White has a very good position over here. So maybe we could take. Maybe this and F5 or F5 first. Yeah. F5, H7 and F5. But we don't really have a threat here that I can see. Like it's a little bit awkward. We have to like move the bishop and then like get the queen. The queen on E1 is remarkably awkward because we can't play queen H4. And I haven't even explored black's options here. So I mean, white's winning in like, you know, a couple moves here. We can see some decent ideas, but then all of a sudden it's black's turn. So I don't know if that's forcing. It definitely feels like F takes G5 I hate because yeah, bishop can go to H6. So I never liked that. Queen G3 looks interesting. But yeah, after you take with the pawn, you're so slow to make another threat, and it feels like black's about to do stuff to you. Yeah, this is not what. This doesn't look good. I have to say, H6 feels like the natural move. But I don't really see what happens after this. I guess black's play is with B3. Like I'm not in the game, so I haven't properly evaluated black's ideas, which I would be spending a lot of time doing if I was playing this OTB. And I imagine I'd be pretty scared. Because even taking back here is like, doesn't feel that good. The king always feels really safe on H8. So, I don't know. F5 was played in the game, probably because G4 is just a little bit inconclusive, and F5 looks more direct. Yeah, I was going to say, the one thing about F5 is Bishop G5 feels like, is there really anything bad that can happen to black now? You know? Like, both of these moves don't look dangerous, and the bishop on G5 actually looks useful, maybe. Because covering this this square can be quite helpful. I like bishop G5. I think black is doing well after bishop G5. After seeing F5 bishop here, immediately makes me want to have played G4, G5. I don't know. I just don't see any threats. But maybe that's the point. Bishop out means queen takes b4. Now, queen takes b4, I see a promise in this. I definitely prefer this to allowing b3. Okay, so he's going to play what? Either bishop a6 or rook b8. So let's say something here. I wonder if you just keep taking. I mean, at this point as well, you can probably take this. Queen trades should be good. Bishop a6 looks like we could sack at the very least. So you have to take. You don't want to take with the queen, so you take here, and then I don't know, even queen d6 or something. White has to be doing fine all of a sudden. I don't know. Bishop a7 even comes to mind. Funny move. Bishop c3 is kind of safe. Wow, it's still very double-edged. Black has the two bishops, and g2 is hanging, and then like h5 could fall. I don't know. Yeah, these games are never easy to make sense of, because I could like refute the attack and still be worse, even up a pawn due to the bishops and due to these weak g2 h5 pawns. So, geez. So bishop a6 was played in the game instead of rook b8. I can't hate on it. Rook f2, rook b8. Jeez, this is quite something. Queen a3 played. You already know. You already know. A guy like me would be playing queen d6. The same move I was trying to play last time. I just think it's even stronger here because now the pawn's not on c4 and the bishop's not on this diagonal. This bishop looks very ineffective here. And we get to take and maybe play bishop e5. I still think it's a game, but judging by what I'm looking at here, I would be extremely excited to get the queens off the board. Like, this looks like a problem. Okay, so bishop h4. Okay, using the queen. Yep. Okay, this has turned around tremendously. I wouldn't say we're in the conversion phase of the game yet. Bishop c5 is... No, that's not a good move. That's a surprising move. Bishop c5, queen c3 looks very routine for white. Kind of a surprising miss. But okay, let's get into the technique. White's king is weak and has to deal with mate threats, so it's not a completely easy position at all. Black wants to play rook f3, probably bring the king over, and then use the rook to like harass all these pawns, like rook f5, rook f3. I wonder if bishop d6 here is good. Probably not, because then the king just comes in, but not 100% on this. Because yet there's c4, which is extremely, extremely annoying. Yeah, taking h5 doesn't really give you a pass pawn. Like, it gives you a pass pawn that takes like 50 moves to create. Easy to want to do this instead. However, what's white really up to here? bishop c5 and like get the two connected pawns moving, or what? Mm-hmm. I like this. But yeah, rook takes h5 feels wrong. Definitely. Deserved. Self-attributed double exclam. I mean, weird to take given that c4 is coming. But what are you going to do? It's kind of dead no matter what. Yeah, this should be winning now. King c6, just b5, and in the meantime we're threatening c6. So it looks like it's almost resignable. No. Rook f5. You can't take the pawn though. Rook c5. Damn, the goat. Rook c5 to a5, I guess. I wonder if this is winning. It's kind of a funny one. Yeah, there's not really any stopping this because there's c7. And the benefit of this is there's no d4. Like, not that d4 even matters, but you still can't even do it. And you can't play e5, so every move sucks. Okay, he does play this. There goes the a-pawn. Some calculation brings you home here. I'm sure that you needed to make sure that everything worked tempo by tempo. But yeah, there's no way this should be playable. Yeah, there's no... King b8 with the annotation is funny. I think it's the only attempt. Good question for Michael himself, Mattis. Where are you getting knight and bishop from, Sphinxy? Everyone has to do a knight and bishop checkmate to impress you, brah? So I have to say I was more interested in seeing the conversion of a kind of like one of those slightly better positions. This was honestly more exciting to watch the middle game navigation. I didn't find the end game that exciting because it was one of those end games where it's almost like a tactical end game, meaning like you have pawns to take, he has pawns to take, and it's kind of like a race. That never feels as clean in terms of technique. It is clean, but it never feels that way. The way that a slow turning a slightly better position into an advantage feels like if the pawns were more symmetrical and white was just slightly better, you kind of outplay a titled player in an endgame, then you know like your technique is just superior. But that's what I was saying at the beginning. But here, it's not necessarily that your technique is superior, it's more that your position is superior. So I actually found the middle game a little bit more interesting because that was very difficult to navigate on both sides. And I didn't really hate most of his decisions except closer to the end. I actually thought black had a really good position after f5 bishop g5, so I'm not sure what happened there. Interesting, Sphinxy. I think what he said was B plus R. So I'm wondering where you got the king or the knight from. He said bishop plus rook. So I don't know where you got that from. He gave you a pawn, you took it. That was bold. I said, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I like queen b4. This is a Yasser approved move. But it's a good game. What's the highest rated player you've beaten? Knows in a OTB game. Obviously, taking a 2250 NM down is no small beans. GG for sure. Yeah, OTB. Respect. Even better, Brazilian monk. We're going to go actually continue the Philidor. Dude, thanks for the 57 months with Prime. Farmer001, thanks for the 4 with Prime. I like that name. Farmer. Okay, that's what I was guessing. Didn't want to presume. But yeah, at around 2,000 FIDE, I guess maybe this is USCF. I'm not sure if you have what your FIDE might be. But at this rating, definitely a 2250, 60 NM. Yeah, I would expect that to be probably your highest win. Nice job, buddy. So wait, how did that tournament go then? Obviously, this is a nice result, but I've had nice results in terrible tournaments, that's for sure. Yeah, this was our big rapid win. But yeah, Brazilian, we're gonna hop to that right now. I'm glad you've been using it. Using and abusing it. We are doing a new speed run right now. Which is funny because the sub goal on the screen for a new speed run is for a different new speed run. We have many on deck. Get good bud 420. Thanks for the 32. We have many speed and many runs to be had. Oh, this was round 1. Okay. got to 2,000 for the first time. Was that like after this game, or you mean after the tournament? I'm not sure if you mean like live rating or anything. Interesting. Do they do live ratings in USCF? I didn't realize that. I guess they do for purposes of like, I don't know, maybe titles or certain things where you kind of need to break a threshold. Safe to say, Mattis, I think our protagonist, knows all, could have performed even better than his already impressive performance. A shame. Very nice. Thanks for sharing. English is a great one, Farmer. I know you've already got an opening that you're set up with, but we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue with a speed run I'm doing now on a different system, which I've really been enjoying. We're gonna head over to our Kick channel. All of our speed runs and stuff are gonna happen on Kick. So that's the place to be, especially Eric has been out of town for the past week, but he's going to be back this week, and he usually streams on Kick. So yes, for those wondering where the chief is, kick.com/chessbrah is the best place to find him. And that's where you can find me right now. We're going to end our Twitch stream here, and hopefully you join me in 30 seconds. I'm just going to start up our Kick stream, and we're going to continue with our speed run. It's a nice opening system. You can play with both colors. In my opinion, very easy to learn. And we're probably at the most instructive part of the series, which is like the 1200 to 1500 territory. So I would say if you're only going to tune in for 1 or 2 episodes, these are probably the best ones. What's the issue with Twitch? Well, many issues. I don't have many good things to say about Twitch. But yeah, we have a deal with Kick, so it's a little bit different to feel valued on the site you stream on. Yeah, I wouldn't say having 50% of your sub revenue taken and, you know, having to buy tickets to TwitchCon each year is a great feeling, at least not for us. So I'm going to continue some speed running. See you guys there. !Kick if you need that link. Free to make an account, of course, and free to follow us. Please do so. I'll see you there.